This episode is not the one I set out to do. At first, I was going to write a letter to all bullies I've met along the way, give them a piece of my mind, and share the wisdom of hindsight, say the things I wish I'd said at the time when they made me feel crap. And then I thought, feck it, no. I'm not running the risk of somehow mitigating their awful behaviour, putting it down to a trauma they had in their emotional development, excusing it with some wonderful insight into their lack of emotional intelligence, or writing it off to narcissistic tendencies. These men and women may have rationalised their behaviour in their own minds and put it down to being tough, hard players in the business or media world, to not being weak, soft or nice. The real culprits that should get our focus are their permission givers, the people who managed the bullies, who permitted them to behave in the way they did and still do. It's not, and never was, invisible. Someone somewhere knows that a person responsible for others is acting intolerably. In the US, we can see this in the tolerance the Republican Party have for the behaviour of their leader. And that's in a country where almost 71 million voters also gave their permission for him to behave as he does. Closer to home, we read of bullying behaviour in our own houses of the Oireachtas. And we've all come across people dreading going into work where they may have to walk on eggshells to avoid being screamed at or becoming the focus of a tantrum by one of their leaders. I worked for a screamer once. He did it to me once. I remember the drops of spit hitting my face as I tried to hold my composure. It was a one-off occasion in that he thought carefully about doing it again, to me at least. A leopard doesn't change his spots, and nor did he. Who said it was okay? Well, the first person who tolerated it, who, on hearing of the behaviour, didn't say, stop, oi, no, that's not good enough, we don't do that here. And that's not victim blaming. They're usually not able to stand up to the bully due to a variety of reasons, from financial obligations to just being in a state of shock at the time. No, the ones we have to focus on are the bystanders, or the others in an organisation who have eyes and ears. Seeing, knowing, hearing, and even participating in a situation and not saying this is not okay gives the bully permission. Executive boards who trade off the efficacy of a bully for his or her ability to get the job done are permission givers too. Whole industries like the film world had their awakening. Religions that tolerate awful behaviour are still being called to task, and in people's own homes, light is being shone on domestic abuse that has sadly been going on for years, but never invisibly. It's back on us because we are all permission givers. Knowingly or unknowingly, we've created a space where someone thinks that their behaviour or their reputation is okay. But you know, there are other kinds of permission givers, and I've been fortunate in my life to have known a few. These are the people who've introduced the idea of the possible. They've said, why not? Or why don't you? Or have you thought about? And this might be a good idea. And one person in particular who many years ago taught a younger version of me the following phrase: I can take this crap if I want to, but I'm worth more. To that permission giver, thank you. Thanks for listening. Please feel free to share this and subscribe to get an update on new episodes.